Let me see. Should I put my little thing on? Hold on. See, when I start streaming, I don't just be streaming. I be streaming. That's what I be doing. I be streaming. I stream it to the east. I stream it to the west. I stream it to the bitch that think that he is the best. Ooh, I be streaming. I be streaming. Come on in, y'all. Take y'all self a seat and get ready, bitch, for this. Okay, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. So we are awaiting. We waiting on.
Easier to answer questions because it's probably going to be you have the evidence and you're not going to hear any other evidence except for you.
We waiting on Young Thug.
These things that you're requesting.
We waiting on the trial to come. Come on. What my thing doing?
How far back were Gary's emails checked for straight talk charges?
Right there.
Were deleted emails
yeah, so we
checked
waiting
for
on my
charges. Was
I
the
need
travel
this
CPAP ever found?
Let me see.
Which device, phone or laptop, was the device picking up the Google pings for Gary? Then comment.
Yes, ma'am. So we are.
Google services raw data.
Girl, I don't know why they's doing that. Window webcam. I want my webcam. I can't make it no bigger. I done did something I ain't had no business.
And then for AT&T and Verizon tower data. So
don't even worry about it anyway.
If there's anything for me to tell them other than the evidence is closed, they have all the evidence that's been submitted.
We finna finish watching this trial.
It's for them to determine whether they have those things in the evidence.
Window caption.
All right. As for the calls, do y'all have an idea? If you want to look.
Okay, so now this is for a woman that burned up her husband. She burned up her husband, and they are supposed to read the verdict today. This is a whole murder. This case lasts 19 days. This trial lasts 19 days. Young Thug is like on 100 and something days, but when this trial go off, I think that's when the other one come on. But
is that what? Can you figure out what that first word is? Collier.
They're talking about the recording.
Yeah. So this case.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I had no idea what that
was. Husband burned murder trial.
Asking for corroboration on these
so I think maybe she burned up her husband or something. I don't know, but it's coming on right after this.
August the 2nd. I only played one call. Right?
It's coming on right after this. And
we can play that call, and then I'll ask them if that's what they wanted. Was there something else that they needed?
How long is that call?
It's an hour.
That's what I'll.
And then
I wore a full sleeve shirt today, so
that just
wasn't going to be in my room for an hour.
Yeah, he looked drunk.
As far as the second,
I will turn on my fan now.
I will say for the digital requests, they do not have a printout of the tower dumps. The full tower dumps were admitted for Lindsay to be able to testify about them, but we did not print out the full tower.
Monica.
Yeah. So we probably need to print those out if they want the full tower done. I don't know if they're going to know how to read it.
Right.
But
so you gave them the report. We admitted the full records so that the witness could testify about them and give you the summary report with the data.
Because the tower dumps were not even in her PowerPoint. She just testified about searching and the number not being found. Or being found those 3 times other people called her. So
we can provide those to them, but they may not be able to decipher them.
Well, and if they're printed, they won't be able to search for a phone number. They won't be able to do what,
Right.
So, and then everything else, yes, I agree that they just need to.
All right.
Yes.
Y'all have any objection to me telling them that we will give them the cell phone dump data if they want it?
How many pages is it?
I don't know, I haven't looked.
I mean, it's
like hundreds
It's
of
gonna be
pages.
lots and lots of pages.
We can show it to them on the screen and scroll through it and say, "You're welcome. I'll give it to you if you want it. It was admitted."
Was it?
In fact, we probably need. I mean, it needs to be part of the record,
See
really.
how many
I
pages.
think you could probably bring them out and just ask them, like, we get a, here's how
Yeah.
many
Before we
pages.
print it out, I'll ask them.
Yeah, just
And I'll
be
let Miss
Let's
Frankish
see if
put it up on the screen if she'll show y'all what she
What
has, and then we will show them this is what it looks like. And if you want it, we'll give it to you, but it's indecipherable.
I think I'm gonna have to find that part for.
We played the full, and then I can ask if they want the full hour recording, which is
Well,
fine.
it should also the interview with Pope.
Rusty's interview with.
We're gonna
Right,
have
how
to
much
see
of the
those. I
interview-
didn't play it all.
Was it?
Yeah, the only part we
The way
played
it's
of the
saved
interview
in
was
the exhibits
with
is the
they
part.
put the name.
was
Oh, yeah, they just want
the only part we played was when they
It was like 7
came
pages.
back in.
I've got it, I just gotta find it.
Right, when they came back in with the
Yes, I can cue that up, but I'll need to get the exact, can I, may I do that, Judge?
yeah.
It is not showing me how many pages it will print because it's in like a notes format.
Oh, good God. Well, yeah, put it on the screen.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen and show them. I'll let you roll through it and let them, because maybe they just want to know that it exists and what it looks like.
Sure.
So this is gonna look really, really weird because it's in Notepad. So
Yeah.
Oh, is it in text format?
It's,
Yeah.
it's in text format. That's the format that's
You could,
in it.
you should be able to open that in Word. If you point Word to the file and say open this file, that may make it a little bit easier to digest. but
Judge,
not,
can I get the,
Not much.
It'll at least tell me how many pages it is.
Yeah.
Alright.
well, it's calculating. We're at 490.
In the United States, proper etiquette for name tags is to wear them on the right
That's, I guess,
side of the
if we
Bible.
don't have to print it out for the record,
Above
that
the
does need to
pocket.
be attached
On the
to the
shirt,
digital file.
blouse, or
To
blazer.
Monica,
This is so that people can see your name
the, all
tag
right.
when you shake hands with
and
them.
I think we went to,
Okay.
he went to the pregnant part.
Well, we'll let you
Motherfucker
push
say,
it up to the screen
I'm gonna
and
put
just
it on
kind of
the
roll
website.
through it so they can see what it looks like.
I'll open each one in Word.
Yeah,
and then they
that's
can-
fine.
I don't like this judge, girl. That judge, they ain't in court yet. It's gonna come on after this. I think they finna read the verdict today for that woman. I think the lady killed her husband or something like that.
So I guess maybe that's right.
Hello.
No, but
Yeah,
it's
so,
not gonna start.
Did,
It starts at-
did y'all take good notes of when we played them portions of where we started and where we stopped?
I do, Judge, I can get there, I just gotta make
We
sure.
need to,
Yes.
next one of these we're gonna have a separate,
So,
we're gonna need a separate person just
So the
cataloging the evidence.
The Verizon tower reports are broken down by tower in Excel format. And that.
Judge, do I need to do something to get the volume here, or is that?
Huh.
Are you just plugged in on the hard drive?
I'm just going off the, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta switch it right here.
I think I put it on
Switch
the
it to
camera. See if that
Ah.
pulls it out.
Just get right there.
What's one? The,
One is when you plug in a computer.
got it, thank you. Maybe?
Let's see.
Did you want me to talk to him about that, or if you had any questions for me?
We've talked, and that 74-minute conversation.
That's where,
was something said that would be pertinent to this case.
if we're here next week, I have court scheduled every day for other things that I need to hear that I haven't been able to hear for a month. And if they want to, I may try to find a courtroom somewhere else in the building for me to hold court on. I know, but I know that's an issue because the building's full, but we'll try to figure that out. But if we do, and they want to view something or listen to something that's going to be an hour or so, I may ask if we can do that without me being present. Me come in, us set it up, play it, me go take care of other work, and then if there's some issue that comes up, I'll come back and put it on the records. But hopefully we won't have to deal with that for various issues. But if we do, it may be that we don't have another location to do it, and so I may be holding court in here and then have to kick them out for us to deal with the jury if they're still here.
What kind of stuff you got next week?
I got.
We have court every day.
I have court every day.
Oh, wait,
I have
got a calendar.
Yeah, but the evidence suggests.
I'm calling all of y'all's cases in.
What I do know is that's what was said, and that's what I heard. And you said something to the.
We have
When she said Gary's.
we have 1 day of motion for new trial status conferences on Zoom, so I can do those in the office. I have a Zoom
Okay, so I want to get
department.
So now we are just waiting. Let me go see. The trial is still not on yet, but they are coming, I guess. We're going to do what we did yesterday, was just wait. Girl, now look, let me put this on here. This man here, these people here taught at my kids' school. Let me see what his stupid ass.
Learning at least two people charged in a teacher cheating scandal are set to face a Houston judge at any moment. Here's the deal. They're accused of taking money from people struggling to pass their teacher certification exam so someone else can take the test for them. Annie Ellie Ruiz taking a closer look at these allegations tonight. Annie Ellie?
Well, 3 of the people arrested today were HISD employees, and we're told the ringleader or the alleged leader for this entire scheme was a longtime basketball coach at Booker T. Washington. Tonight, 57-year-old Vincent Grayson is facing serious charges after investigators say this longtime basketball coach at Booker T. Washington started a scheme to help people who could not pass their teacher certification exam by letting them pay someone else to take it for them.
The kingpin and organizer of this scheme.
Here's how the Harris County District Attorney's Office says this scheme worked. The teachers would pay Grayson about $2,500. He would allegedly share some of that money with Tuana Guilford Mason and Duran Welty at the testing centers so they could turn a blind eye and let someone else take the test for the teachers. Investigators say the person taking and passing the test was Nicholas Newton, an assistant principal at Booker T. Washington High School.
In fact, when he was caught red-handed in February of 2024, he was logged into one test. He said to investigators, well, look at the screen behind you. And he was logged in as a different person.
Damn.
Taking another test on another terminal that same day.
Also charged LaShonda Roberts, the assistant principal at Yates High School, for allegedly recruiting teachers for the scheme. Investigators say in 2023, the TA became aware of the irregularities and patterns of these teachers who failed the test.
They then drove sometimes 4 or more hours to the Houston area, and suddenly they were passing the test with flying colors.
Meanwhile, HISD said they condemn this behavior and say,
if any teacher currently working at HISD passed their test through fraudulent means and has a passing Texas score that was obtained through fraudulent means, their contract will be terminated.
In the meantime, investigators say 2 of those teachers with fraudulent teacher certificates have been arrested for even more serious crimes.
At least 2 sexual predators who, once falsely certified, had access through their employment to underage kids on campus and off.
Well, investigators tell us that in all, these suspects made about $1 million. Now, we do know that about 20 teachers have come forward and confessed. We also know that over 200
I don't like her voice, but you talk
they believe may have been involved in this entire ordeal. As for those 3 HISD employees, we've been told they've been put on paid administrative leave pending all of this investigation. And of course, investigators want to hear from you. If you have any information that could help their case, you can contact the DA's office or Crime Stoppers. Reporting live, Ana Yeli Ruiz.
Anthony, thank you. Well, the Texas Education Agency, also known as the TEA, is reviewing allegations that hundreds of teachers cheated on the state's teacher certification test. But beyond that, they aren't saying much. We asked the agency to provide somebody for an interview to share their thoughts on these allegations. And then we also sent them a list of questions, many questions you at home are asking us. However, they say they could not elaborate at this time. But this is still a very new and active investigation. So for more, let's go to KPRC 2's Real One Belogan live from the Harris County Jail, where those educators, Real One, remain in jail with details on the testing company.
Yeah, Daniela, 3 of those educators are in the jail, the Harris County Jail behind me here. 2 of them had their bonds reduced this morning, so at any moment they could be released. 3 Harris County mugshots for Houstonized.
Wig. Boy, look at that bitch wig, girl. You should have got that wig fixed for some of that money y'all was stealing. Amen. Amen and amen.
ISD educators charged with engaging in organized crime for an alleged teacher certification scheme. The Harris County DA alleges the statewide effort led by Booker T. Washington basketball coach Vincent Grayson. Court records state Grayson intentionally and knowingly made false entry in a governmental record, namely a Pearson VUE Texas educator certification examination. Pearson is one of 2 test vendors the state uses. According to the company's online promotional video, they have several safeguards around its testing centers to prevent events like this.
Many programs require 2 forms of
Learning at least 2 people charged in a teacher cheating scandal are set to face a Houston judge at any moment. Here's the deal. They're accused of taking money from people struggling to pass their teacher certification exam so someone else can
Study harder, bitch. Study harder.
All the evidence showed, cool. But what you didn't show in certain M1s was that Yaknor motherfucker's channel, still what was there. When they read back the phone evidence, them niggas was nowhere to be found. 100%.
That's what she said, nigga. She's saying before she wanted to think.
No, during what she's talking about, because Weinstein even had to come out and ask him finally, hey, within all that data that you talking about, where was my client at? And that nigga said nowhere.
I thought it was like within 5 miles or like within like a few miles. Like from what I remember, it was like within miles.
I can send you the screen recording and all that shit because I was about to destroy this shit, but I didn't know how it was gonna be taken. But I'm trying to tell you, the shit that they was talking about, Yak Gotti in particular, was not even in that shit as far as cell phone evidence goes. Now, other niggas, yeah. Because what happened is they cracked it open and was like, hey, go ahead.
You think Shannon would have been found innocent?
On 1, but you don't want to go 1 for 2 because it still carry a life sentence.
Yak Gotti, hold on. First of all, Yak Gotti depends on Duke's testimony. Duke told the police Yak Gotti snitched on Duke.
Yeah, Duke didn't say shit.
That's the problem.
Duke's testimony wasn't gonna be a goddamn thing.
But hold on though. You can't say that because
I can't say that.
Yak Gotti told on Duke. They wanted Yak Gotti to Duke to corroborate the situation that happened in the club.
Right. That they showed the video of.
And then Yak Gotti also, so that's a crime all in itself. They loaded up with guns. This is what Yak said out his mouth.
Right.
He was done.
So
it don't matter about the big nut shit.
So let me help you real quick. That part does. That part does. The fact you said it don't shows you how strong evidence that they have because they said that Gotti has something to do with the murder of Big Nut. But the fact you just glazed over that shows you how strong that case is.
But what I'm saying is I've been telling you from day one, I don't think it was ever about convictions. I think it was about plea deals to drop the certain shit.
That's a conviction. Yeah, you mean it's an elbow. You mean
without the nut shit. They could get
no, go further. No, AK, because when you say that, it just sound hollow. Go further when you say that.
Listen. Well, whatever, all this big word shit, go holographic and all this shit. Listen here, dog.
Blue eyes, white dragon, nigga.
They could, blue eye, all that shit. Listen here. They could convict Yak Gotti and Duke based off what Yak said. Not even with the big nut shit. I'm just talking about when they got caught with them guns. Yak Gotti gave them the whole story.
True.
So that's another crime of element.
But here's the thing. If one nigga say we did this solo, that means it's not a gang charge. It's not a YSL charge.
Yeah, but that's not what's being presented here.
Yes, it is.
No, what's being presented is a buildup. They got Slime Life Shorty say it's a gang. We only need one motherfucker to corroborate that. We only need one to the truth.
Foe said it before his whole ass.
And Foe said it before. So we got enough to prove it's a gang. That's why these plea deals is happening, bro. I've been telling you, I don't be covering it, but I've been watching it.
These plea deals happen. These plea deals happen because you can't step in shit 4 times and tell me you didn't step in shit on purpose.
What?
So let me help you out. Let me speed you up. What happened was the week before this shit happened, they brought in some shit that prejudiced the jury.
Right.
That's like me and you sitting down, all three of us sitting down, and a motherfucker say, yeah, we're gonna agree not to bring in the fact that they did some shit and they said that they didn't do it. And then the motherfucking prosecution say they did that shit. After we just agreed, then we let that go. But then turn around the next week and a nigga say, hey, bro, free the YouTube nigga. We two YouTube niggas. Really, you goddamn Quamarius Nichols and I'm Marquavius Huey. Why the fuck did you say that after we agreed you weren't supposed to say that because that would prejudice the...
So why are they the ones taking plea deals? Seti, you don't make no sense.
He froze.
Seti, that's why he froze. He don't make no sense. So if that's the case, why are they taking plea
I
deals?
just told you. They had the most leverage.
So you taking plea deal? Who? The state had the most leverage? Wait, who had the most leverage?
That's the leverage. That's the leverage, bro. Because she said, we'll give you mistrial. The judge was ready to grant a mistrial,
the judge was
but
never
without
ready to grant a
prejudice.
mistrial.
Go back and look at what she said. I'll give you mistrial without prejudice.
And neither happened. Like I told you, neither was gonna happen.
Well, they
Nigga,
have to make
I never.
Neither one happened. I made a video.
I don't want to shit on AK's victory.
No, it don't matter. I don't care what
Yeah,
he talk about. I made a video saying ain't no mid-trial. I don't give a fuck what the lady said. I made a whole video about that. Ain't no mid-trial coming. And it ain't come.
It didn't come because she said, I'm gonna drop the mistrial suit. That's why.
Seti.
The two niggas that was brought up just took plea deals. What are you talking about?
Seti,
that's the mistrial.
More than that. Because we got mistrials tomorrow, plea deals tomorrow too.
That's not mistrial plea deals. That's we got your ass bent over taking dick.
Right. So fuck the mistrial shit.
The mistrial launched this. Had this nigga not said what he said, we'd still be going on.
And who asked for a mistrial?
Miss Westmoreland. Quamarius Nichols' lawyer.
Okay,
Quamarius.
So that's their fault.
That's Quay.
So that's their fault.
No, that's on the fucking prosecution. Unless you're saying that. Because this nigga Slime Life Shawty came on and out his mouth said free Quay, which prejudiced the jury.
Right. So
which literally came out her mouth when he said it, the bitch said, oh.
Right. So their own lawyer kicked this shit off, right?
Yes,
by
technically.
asking for a mistrial.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So now everything is in the prosecution's hands and they're giving guilty verdict. They're getting guilty.
It's not in the prosecution's hands. They try to get this nigga life.
Okay, so
how the fuck is that in your hands?
Gotti has officially rejected all of the state's current plea offers and intends to continue to go forward with his trial. Only rumors about the status of Thug and Shannon. No official confirmation.
Because if the feds come behind this, then what?
You got all the power. What are you talking about?
Who?
If you were the DA, you got all the power. They were trying to get this nigga a life sentence.
Neat. Ain't that what the fuck I've been saying this whole time? Is that the district attorney and all them got all the power? These dumbass niggas. And I told Seti when I called him, I said, Seti, Love did that shit on purpose. I mean, not Love, the other one.
Hilton.
Because now look, y'all. Seti can bring up all this shit, all these big words, all this
Why are you
shit.
screaming? I do this all the time.
I've been right from day one, nigga. She did that on purpose because now look at what's happened. When she's reading those plea deals, she don't sound stressed. She sound like this is what they wanted.
I think
which means is said it's wrong, and he can eat that, and he was wrong the whole time. The prosecution always had control of everything.
You know you got the ability to kick niggas out because I go off on you right now.
They always been playing dirt, and you gonna get your ass kicked the fuck out.
You see what he said?
Yeah.
So he's scared of me. He's scared of me.
I think y'all right in y'all own way. So I think y'all both saying, I think y'all both have points. What you saying is, AK, is that regardless if she ruled on the mistrial or not, your prediction ahead of that was that it was gonna end up this way, and
it was gonna be some plea deals. And I've been calling this nigga telling him.
No, I never said it was gonna finish. Don't do that shit. AK, don't you tell the fucking lie. Don't you?
Oh my God, I can't hear all the goddamn noise. Okay, so it don't look like Let me see what she talking about. Is she on? They say, yeah, God ain't taking no pleas. They say, yeah, God ain't taking no pleas.
Now, for the record, this is Clarkson 1. I started at 1 hour and 28 minutes and 5 seconds and going to end it at 1 hour, 41 minutes and about 3 seconds.
Now, if there's a portion that you want, if there's something that you want replayed while we're doing it, just raise your hand and tell us. One thing I will say just in general is that although we have the ability to replay this evidence and these conversations, we don't have the ability to replay the other testimony. And there is a concern that you will then place more weight on certain things because you hear it more than once. But I will allow y'all to do that if you need it, if it helps you in going through the evidence. But I want to caution you that it's up to you to determine the comparative weight of the evidence and what you think is more or less important, and you should not place additional emphasis on something that you've heard more than once. All right? All right, Mr. Focus, go ahead.
He's a very loyal person. And it's taken us some time to get here, but in the interest of self-preservation, you know, you can either be in the witness box or you can be at the defense table. He was ready to talk about that conversation, but I asked him this before, leading up to that conversation. Had she ever indicated anything to you? Had she ever asked? Had she ever given you any inkling or any indication that she intended to do him harm?
No. I have never heard that. I promise you, I have never heard that.
Okay.
Before we start this, do you have any questions for me about anything?
No.
Can I just say a couple of things to you? Sure. It took us a while to get here, but nevertheless, that's just part of the business, and I want you to know that I understand your loyalty. And as I was telling him, it's quite refreshing because that's not present that much. But we did come up here for a purpose, and we came up here for this moment because not only do we believe it's a proper investigative technique, but we believe it's in your best interest. And as these things move out, sometimes they get ugly. And I think this is a situation that it might benefit you just to tell us about that. Also, I wanted to let you know what I told your lawyer, that I'm putting my name on the line too, because that's how confident I am in you and about what you're going to tell us. Okay? And through this process, we're not going to do anything to surprise you. And we kind of view this as you coming on our side of the table. Okay? And it may be uncomfortable, but I think it's something that needs to be done for yourself.
I think a reluctant witness is a truthful witness.
I would say that's a very strong and accurate statement. So at this point now, do you mind if Detective Hayes asked you? Okay.
Okay. Are you prepared to? I feel the best way to do this would be just to let you tell us what you want to tell us, and then if we have any questions at the end to fill in.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yes.
Well, you don't remember when the call was, but you remember the call.
Yes, I couldn't tell you, I honestly couldn't tell you the number of calls, the length of the calls, the time of the calls.
Would you like some?
Well, would you like to just start?
I think a lot of this, I will tell you that I think a lot of y'all's trouble getting out of him as he's testifying from memory, and y'all know the details of his life.
I understand that. So I don't think we actually need to go through the time. I think, because I don't want you to think we're putting you in a situation where we're trying to trip you up at this point. Is that accurate?
Absolutely not.
I want you to, could you maybe diagnose the first call that would be of interest to us, not the time or anything, about what happened?
I think there was only one conversation that is what you're looking for.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And it was the last conversation.
Okay.
And
Would it be safe to say there wasn't much talking after that.
No, that was the end of the conversation.
Okay.
And is that the last time you've spoken with her? No.
But I talked to her. I talk to her every day. But again, every day was just every day.
So when that, let's talk about that conversation that you feel was
probably the last minute of the last conversation. She said, Gary is in the burn pile. No, she said, he is in the burn pile. And I said, what? And she said, he's in the burn pile. And I said, do not say another word and do not tell me anything. I do not need to know.
Okay.
And that is everything, period.
You discussed with her?
Period.
She didn't say anything about
nothing before, nothing since. When I talked to her after that, it was just like it was portrayed to y'all. We're looking for Gary. And
did she say? Okay, so there was we ain't gonna get into time. So there was a couple phone calls that that was later than usual for y'all that night. Did she say anything about anything that was going on inside the house that night? Nothing between her.
I mean, no. I mean, like I said, what we talked about, and I could not tell you any specific, other than the horses were out, and
she did tell you that.
Yeah, that she had been out after the horses, and
now I know.
You think that's why was that her excuse for calling you that late?
Probably. She was up. She was awake. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think anything about any of it until she said that, and then that's when I said.
So I want you to know, though, I don't want you to think I'm tripping you up. If there's anything else this statement that you just gave us, in my opinion, is very damning for her. So there's no reason in holding back at this point.
That's what this last.
If I'm going to give an ounce, I'm going to give a pound. That was all of it.
That was all of it.
That was everything that she said that had anything to do with whatever happened.
But that's pretty. I mean,
and I don't know what happened.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know when happened or what happened.
And here's the thing: at the time that statement was made, you got to remember he wasn't even reported as missing.
I agree with you.
Right?
Me and him's gonna step out and talk.
Yeah, sure.
1 second, okay.
You want
I want you to know I appreciate. No, we're fine. I appreciate us getting to this point, though. I'm gonna step outside and talk to him real quick.
That's.
And we start with breaking news. Right now, a man is in the hospital after being shot outside White Oak Music Hall.
And police are looking for a suspect.
Jalissa Garza is live this morning outside the concert venue. Jalissa, what do we know so far?
Well, police tell us this was a drive-by shooting. We still don't know if the man shot was targeted or just an innocent bystander. But here's what we do know at this hour. Now, Houston police say this all happened at around 9 o'clock last night. They say a man was shot in a smoking area outside when a person in a car going northbound on North Main fired several shots.
Appears that maybe at least one male was thrown out a little bit before the shooting. It's possible that he was upset because he got thrown out and did a drive-by shooting on the club.
HPD says at the time of the shooting, 3.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.
The feds did something illegal where his lawyer could try to find a loophole to be like, oh, this wasn't right how you all was able to get this iCloud, whatever this information they claim they have. But right now, looking at everything, because I have the indictment, the whole 18 pages, no, you know what's crazy? What? Dirk dropped the video. Dirk dropped the video, and he was describing that whole scene, what happened in Los Angeles. And on Federal Nightmares, he says whenever your people do something to you, don't even worry about paying a lawyer. Because he said, like, you hit, right? So now I'm going to see if he's going to live out those lyrics what he said. Because he called, but I tell people too, it don't make sense to pay for a lawyer when you go to feds because you're going to want to play your guilty. So that 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 now you pay on that attorney, you're going to need that down the stretch doing your time, or you can invest in something that's going to bring you money while you are incarcerated. I strongly advise people like those house-building neighborhoods that we don't want to deal with, that we be feeling like it's slow money, get that, because when you go to prison, eventually people going to run off from you, people going to start stealing from you. So you would need stuff like that to keep you going, because man, once you got $100, $200, bro, somebody send you $500,000 in prison, you penitentiary rich. Because you're going to spend like $180 a week in a commissary. Certain joints, it fluctuates. But just to be able to go to the commissary, make your big bag groceries, you have money on your books, you're comfortable. You're on computer sending people email. It's a different life there. But invest in those little small things because you're going to need them in prison. Unfortunate, the guy who did Dirk dirty was like, Dirk had him on the camera, gave him 50 grand. Like, I don't know what he did, like showing him love, death for him. And like, I got a tattoo on my back, it's called Life Plus 20 from a friend. But it wasn't tight like those two were, whatever the case may be. But man, that's a hurting feeling, man. And he texted and told him, do not pay for nothing in my name or my name associated with. And they did it anyway with a credit card. Like, how did these people know to do all this? And I thought when I found out the guy was a wife for 3 years.
Was it 3 or 12?
I heard it was 3, because he did time. He did 11, he did 14 years, something like that in prison.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a hurt feeling, but I don't see him shaking out this one right now.
What were some of the things that you saw in the evidence that that gives you that feeling that he's not shaking out?
They got the cars, like in the indictment, you have the cars they was riding, you have the Quando Rondo, they have a picture of the Cadillac truck that they was driving in, they have a picture of the BMW and the Infiniti that they were in. Then they showed the 2 shooters behind, right by what a gas station they right behind the wall coming shooting. Like, they got too much evidence, and it's going back to them like the cameras. Where were those cameras? With the street light cameras, they got them on camera with the dude cooperating, showing them everything. All they got to just go, okay, here with evidence, boom, boom, boom. They got too much overwhelming evidence on them. I might let you get a look at it. It depends on how I feel after this interview.
Oh, I'm grateful.
Yeah, you always are.
The OTF member who allegedly snitched on Lil Durk, right? He allegedly wore a wire maybe for the better part of 3 years, right? There's interviews that are circulating right now where he has admitted that Durk held him down during his bid, that Durk took care of him, that Durk showed him love, and he still turned around and kind of sold him out. You know what I mean? A murder for hire is not a small task, especially for somebody like Durk.
That's a death penalty.
Yeah. So, with you, your background, what do you make of him, that guy? Have you seen any of that in prison?
Yeah, I see it all the time. I've seen guys tell on their mother, tell on their sisters, tell on, because you gotta keep in mind, people just like, I'm gonna get him up to give me a release date, give me something to look forward to coming home. So you got a lot of people that be selfish, that do certain things, you know. I just would love to have a talk with that guy to be like, what made you go that far? Somebody like, because I always think back, and I say this over and over and over, Cash Money took care of me my whole bid.
Right.
They name all throughout my paperwork. But that is something that I would never ever do, and I couldn't do, give them up, lie on them, or come up with anything to come home. That, you know, it's crazy, and I still don't have a relationship with them after everything I know, what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did. I don't have a relationship with them, and yet you got a guy who was Dirk was faithful to, showing love, going across them. I think they go to show you the mindset of the people, right? But that's another story. But bro, on one hand, you look at like, you feel sorry for Dirk. You know, your heart go out to Dirk. Like, man, he was, you know, changing his life, doing everything good. But on the other hand, you look at like, okay, well, you still got to pay for your crime. He's not innocent. You know, your hands were dirty as well. So how do you go to like, man, I feel bad, he does dirty to, what about the other family, what about the other victims? The people got to get justice. So you have one of them situations where on one hand you like, free Dirk. The Dirk, man, love you, man, get him out of there. On the other hand, you like Quando Rondo, his people. You know, so sometimes it's better just keep your mouth closed, stay out of it. Because you got some people who gonna be mad when you shot this one out, some people mad you shot that one out. Some people gonna look at, like I said, gonna free Dirk. Then some people gonna look at, they got evidence where Dirk was entertaining it. So now you like, how you say free Dirk when you got evidence? So it's like, if you want what's right, then you can't be screaming this, you can't be screaming, but people got a right to say what they want to say. I just wish that, and here's another thing, I was about to say, I just wish that he would have picked, you know, better choice of people around him, but you don't know, because everybody wear a mask. Everybody wear a mask. I've been saying that for the longest too. But you know what I noticed it too? With this situation, with this YouTube stuff, when I come home speaking about certain stuff, certain people was listening, certain people wasn't listening. When I spoke about how it happened in prison, how people get their manhood took, people made fun of me. People was talking all kind of crazy stuff. Went to Vlad talking about it. Even Vlad didn't kind of believe it. But yet, when the young brother went on Real Life Street Stars, talked about it, Vernon, what happened to him, then OG Person did a follow-up with him. Everybody tuned in now. But at the same stuff I was saying, when I first come in, they didn't want to listen to me. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been telling people what's going on, what's up. Some get it, some don't. But you can always go back and do your research, your homework. You can see, yeah, he been talking about it. He been saying the same stuff that's happening now. Just like with these rappers, you see the people, like if you got your cell phone with you, and you're in that area, somebody get deleted, and you go to say, oh, I wasn't there, I wasn't around there, but yet they know they got the tower, they got how they ping off yourself, and they know you was in that area. Like I've been watching this since prison, so I've been looking at, okay, this is how people getting caught up. People got their cell phone. A lot of people get on the internet. A lot of people drop their location, so they get them cell phone. They able to target you. They able to pinpoint you was here or there. And we see this happening in different people's cases, but yet we constantly go and do the same stuff that they doing. So we already was warned that, okay, they can watch this. They go, oh, the feds can get this, or they can get this. But you're in your mind, I don't know if they on them pills or what they on. They still be like, man, let's just do this. They ain't gonna catch us. And that be the sad situation now. So when it all come down, now you forced to be like, man, my heart go out to this one, but this one did this. My heart go out to that one, but he did that.
Right. So
let me ask you and your audience a question. The guy that wore wire on dirt, it's already looked at it, he's a scum bucket, lower the lowest, right? So that was some dirty cut, those of the dirt, took his man, gave the man 50 grand, had him, kept his name while he was in jail, rapping about him, come home, showing him love. So you look at this, you hate this dude. Dude, man. But then, on the other hand, how do you look at Dirk? How do you view Dirk? Because Lil Durk, how do you view him when you got proof to where allegedly he's sending them to go handle it? Allegedly they're using, the resources to go handle it through him.
Well, I think we look at that a few different ways. In hip hop, in general, that's what they want to see. This game that we're in, this rap game, the media game that we cover, is surrounded by that. That's what drives the sales. That's what drives the culture. That's what drives everything. Even your beloved NBA YoungBoy, right? G Money, that Gravedigger Mountain, right? There's whole campaigns built around this. And speaking of YoungBoy, the whole thing with Quando Rondo comes from YoungBoy. Quando Rondo's partner Lil Tim killed Vaughn. So I think people are happy to hear that Dirk actually slid for Vaughn. Like, I don't think people are sad then by the fact that they got some kind of get back. I think people may even feel a type of way about them not getting Quando. You know what I'm saying? And so how I feel about it is that I don't know. I really don't know, honestly. It's interesting that he got caught. Yeah, he's interesting because Dirk seemed untouchable. He just threw a concert where he got members from 63rd, FYB J-Mane. They had DJ U the blogger. They had a lot of people. 16 Shot might have even been there from Chicago. Tay Savage, you know what I mean? People whom Dirk normally wouldn't be around, especially J-Mane, right, the voice of 63rd. People who Dirk normally wouldn't be around. People who diss Dirk's dead homies. J-Mane, again, he dissed Dirk's dead homies. He trolled OTF. Like, Dirk's not known for being around those. So I think in addition to like him being justified by the rules of the streets, quote unquote, it's like we see him changing. We see his growth. We see him not being who he was when he first came in the game. Him being a change for the face of Chicago, as the face of Chicago. And for this to happen right after all of that, it's kind of like, it does hurt. It does hurt because, like you say, we see the progress. We're not looking at what you've done to get in this. That's what your past. This happened over a year ago. We're looking at what you're doing right now, what you're trying to become. You're getting closer with the brothers in the mosque. You know what I'm saying? You reaching out to the other side.
Time out. Because you ain't answering nothing I asked you. When you tap dance right there, I said, I'm going to say this again. And I want your people in the comments to chime in. We see the dirty, low-down, cutthroat stuff this guy did, the dirt, and them guys who all got caught, the guy that was white. We see that.
Right.
So you got all kind of names for him. Then we look at all the good stuff Dirk been doing. But yet, it's showing that allegedly Dirk was the ringleader, the shot caller, the one, you want to turn it down? The one who was behind, you got jackets and everything you want. The one who was behind the actual murder plot. So what I was saying was, like, do you still look at it like, we know street code, man, he down bad, he done dirt wrong, we understand that. But you have more people that's on the internet, civilians, people that look at it like they want justice. So on one hand, like I said, you see all the good stuff Dirt did. You're like, man, why he done it, he dirty. But then when you see that Dirt allegedly played a big part in all of this, what do you say about that? How do you look at him? How do you still view him? That's what I was saying.
I mean, I just told you, but
me again.
The correct answer is he's guilty. You know what I mean?
You can't say he's guilty till he's found guilty. Man, there you go. He's guilty.
I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury.
But you just act just like you say he's guilty. You just act as a judge.
The correct answer is if he did it, He's guilty. You know
what I'm saying is, how do you look at? Do you look at him like how you look at the other guy who wore the wire as a scum, or do you look at like, well, Dirt, you was doing it, but you still was doing this too? Like you was in the media, like, yeah, I'm doing right, but you still was doing dirt. You still was committing crimes.
No,
so to speak.
I think because there's a revenge aspect, I don't think he's looked at like that. You know what I mean? It'll be different.
I'm not talking about from street perspective. I'm talking about from a regular civilian perspective.
Any civilians understand retribution. Civilians understand.
The same civilian who be on the jury, the same civilian who be calling the police, knock it off. But now here's another thing I thought about too. Do you think if Dirk go to trial and get a life sentence, do you think Dirk gonna be sitting in that cell thinking like, man, I'm doing a life sentence for somebody that I ain't much want dead? The person that I really wanted was Quando Rondo. He's still out there. The person I want to is the dude who deleted King Von. He's still out there. So they still winning. Because the ones you wanted, they still alive. And now you got to do the rest of your life in the box. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, back to how you said, the people on Dirt's side are looking like, well, Dirt did try to slide for King Von, he tried to get revenge. But then, do Dirt, then in his mind, like, at least I'm in jail for trying to get back for my brother. Oh man, I'm in jail, man. We had a miss hit. Because at the end of the day, when you look at...
How would you look at that? That's a good question. And I've never been in a situation to where I've had to face that tough of a situation. Like, if you were Dirt, in Dirk's position, and you went on a hit, and the hit was unsuccessful, however, there was some success, do you celebrate that victory? Or are you more so disappointed because you're here for somebody who you didn't want?
I'm happy, but I'm disappointed. I'm happy because I brought pain to Quando Rondo. I'm happy on that aspect. But I'm disappointed because Quando Rondo's still here. You the one I wanted. You the big, like how Fresh Montana said that song, watch the body tilt when you hit the head. So with Quando and other brothers still out roaming and they still free, it's like a failure. Because I got all the resources, I got the right hitters, we know where you at, we come to Cali to see about you. And then when you look at the situation, it's like, hold on. Quando was in this Cadillac, they pull up in the gas station, look like in the back, y'all come around and y'all walk out. That's how the daddy get deleted. He gone and Quando in the car because y'all around the building shooting long distance. Walk up, take your time and go work. Because they don't know y'all there, the element of surprise. They don't know y'all there. Man, but so it's like, yeah, I brought pain to Quando, but Quando's still alive, and I'm in jail now, because Quando know now, I try to send him at you, which on one hand, you're like, yeah, you know, I wasn't playing with you, boy, I was on your top. I was on you, boy, but you got away, but I was on you. But then you look at it like, it's a failure, because I got the resource, I had everything lined up right, we missed that, and now my man got me in here now. So when you look at it, you failed.
Yeah.
You failed, I failed. You know, because I went who I wanted, I missed him. And now you're gonna be making songs behind me about me now. Being locked up, you try to get me, you miss me. But then you want other people, yeah, but you got your bands. So we, in this day and time, we own, we can get your mother, your brother, as long as we can bring pain to you, that's what we own these days. But in reality, it's like, I went at you, I couldn't get you. I got you close, your brother, somebody close to you, your people, whoever you was to Quando Rondo. However, now you left the door open for Quando Rondo to bring home while you in prison. Because one thing we know, I know from experience, once you go to prison and start doing a long stretch bid, a lot of people gonna turn their back on, a lot of people gonna fall off. It ain't the same anymore. Only good thing is, what Lil Durk got on his side, he the money man. So you gotta make it work.
Right. Brick Baby. So Brick Baby was defending Durk, right? Even though Quando Rondo is a rolling 60 from the same neighborhood which Brick Baby is from, Brick Baby was defending Durk. And one particular podcast episode on No Jumper, Brick Baby came out and said that people need to stop telling Durk slide for Von because of what about Lil Pop? Lil Pop, again, was the guy who was with Quando Rondo when they were slid on, right? And so at the time when Brick Baby said this, it was not widely known that that was done, right? A lot of people from the internet are speculating that Brick Baby dry snitched on Durk, leading to his subsequent arrest. You, OG Giggity, as
they gave them enough to know that they know what's going on, but not enough to know everything that's going on.
Lil Durk, the rapper who's been recently praised for his work in the Chicago community and his vows to move away from his checkered past while he is accused of plotting a brutal crime. Authorities say multiple suspects opened fire on a rival's SUV in Los Angeles, but killed his cousin instead. As Lil Durk faces charges alongside his alleged hitmen, we're taking a look at some of the most shocking details in the investigation. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
Stupid ass.
Dirk Banks, known worldwide as Lil Durk, just turned 32 earlier this month. The rapper, behind such tracks as Old Days, All My Life, Broadway Girls, he held a birthday bash concert in his hometown of Chicago to celebrate. And all looked good for the Grammy Award winner. But then, just days later, he'd be back in the headlines accused of orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot. See, there was an apparent feud between Lil Durk and a Georgia rapper who goes by the name Quando Rondo. The two were part of an altercation at an Atlanta nightclub in 2020 that led to Durk's friend King Von being shot and killed. Now, Atlanta police say that one of Quando Rondo's associates, Timothy Leaks, was the one who actually shot Von, although his charges were dropped. But Lil Durk allegedly believed that Rondo was really at the center of this confrontation. Well, last week, the Central District of California handed down an indictment against 5 people that they say are connected to both Lil Durk and his rap collective called Only the Family, or OTF, in connection with a retaliatory shooting because of what happened to King Von. Now, if you're looking at this and saying, why does this feel a little bit like deja vu? Well, that's because you may be an avid long crime watcher, because some of the accusations against these men here are very similar to what Atlanta prosecutors allege in their case against Young Thug, the rapper whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams. In that case, authorities maintain that Williams is the head of a gang. Williams and his attorneys insist that YSL is not a gang, it is just a record label. And that trial, which has 6 defendants, including Williams, it has been going on for nearly 2 years if you count jury selection. Doesn't seem like it's going to be over, although they kind of got a little bit of a hiccup last week. That's a whole separate situation. But by the way, I obviously talk a lot about the law here on Sidebar, but I also talk about legal rulings. I talk about legal decisions, and I have a landmark one for you right now that has just changed things in a big way, because you can now legally trade on who will win the 2024 election. Yes, it's legal, and that is because our sponsor of Sidebar, Kalshi, they went to court and they won legal approval for OTF. In addition to OTF's status as a rap collective, I know, based on the investigation, that OTF also acts as an association, in fact, of individuals who engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of banks and to maintain their status in OTF. For example, based on evidence collected during the investigation, including the interview of witnesses, I know that banks put a monetary bounty out for an individual.
Girl, I ain't finna watch no more of this shit. I guess that the Young Thug trial is not coming on. It's raining outside. I gotta go to work at 4 o'clock, and bitch, I'm